Welcome to the channel and welcome to Warhammer 40k 8th edition. It's 6,000 points of Adeptus Mechanicus versus Asuryani Eldar. Asuryani, I think that's the way to say it. That's the craft world Eldar, as opposed to Drukhari, as opposed to the other types of Eldar. And it's not Eldar, it's Eldari. 6,000 points. The Titans are coming out to play, and we are battling over this critical installation, this ruined building in the middle of the table. There's two objectives, one there, and that's it. No first blood. No slave the warlord, no line breaker. We wanted to keep it simple and straightforward because at 6,000 points we're going to have enough to remember anyway. And honestly, I don't think it's going to come down to the objectives. There's so many big guns. It's going to be fairly obvious by the end of the game who's won. We're playing standard Dawn of War deployment armies on this side and this side. Don't know who's got what table edge yet. Don't know who's going first yet. And that is it, just 6,000 points of big toys. Okay, this is 6,000 points of Adeptus Mechanicus. It's a battalion detachment, the one with the 3 heavies in it and 2 super heavy auxiliary detachments. That gives me 7 command points. And we are using the Mars Forge World Dogma, and leading the charges Designate 17, aka Belisarius Corps. And there's another HQ and another HQ which unlocks all the heavies in the backfield there. 4 Onager Gene Crawlers with the neutron laser, twin Cognus Stubbers each. I've got 2 units of Battle Servitors, Onagers, and the robots. Those are my big guns, and that's pretty much it. Then lots of bubble wrap. There's arc rifles and plasma guns in here, but these guys are essentially there to die because what really counts here is the Reaver and the Warhound Titan. Fear the darkness and the dying of the light. It is worth mentioning, though this is a 6,000 point game, those 2 Titans cost 3,900 points. So that's only 2,100 points of Adeptus Mechanicus at their feet. The Eldar vastly outnumber me. The Dying of the Light himself costs 1,500 points. He has got 35 wounds. He's toughness 9 with a 4-up invulnerable save. And his big gun on this arm, basically it's 2d3 shots at strength 16, minus 3 AP and 2d6 damage. It can also do mortal wounds if you roll 6s to wound. This is a strength 8 gun. It can get up to strength 10 gun if you overcharge, but any 1s to hit, you'll be taking mortal wounds. They both have the macro rule, and the macro rule is a Forge World rule, which is when they target something with the Titanic keyword, you double the amount of damage that they pump out. So 35 wounds, toughness 9. Now Fear the Darkness, 60 wounds, toughness 10 with a 3-up invulnerable save, and this model on its own costs 2,500 points. His big guns are 3d3 and they're only strength 10 at 3d3 shots, but they are minus 3 and they do 2d6 damage each. These guys can stomp just like Imperial Knights can stomp. With their titanic feet, they can crush anything below them, and they're Imperial God Engines. It means they can fall back and shoot just like Imperial Knights, stuff like that. So 2,500 points there, 1,000, I think it's 2,400, sorry, 1,500, 3,900 on their own. Yeah, really not sure if this is a good idea, whether they're going to win, because if I was fighting 2 Titans, I would focus everything on the 2,100 points of normal guys at the feet, not pay the Titan tax, and then let the Titans blow up the rest of my army. But honestly, when these big guns are firing at little troops, little infantry who are clustered around objectives, each big gun is going to only kill 3 troops at a time. And 3 troops at a time, it's going to kill them horribly. They're going to be turned to mist. But they're not very good horde killers. Should mention Designate 17 will be my warlord. This guy's got the Auto Caduceus of Arkan Land. That's the relic. Let's go and have a look at the Eldar list. Right, this is 6,000 points of Asuryani Eldar. It's got a brigade detachment. That's 9 command points. 2 supreme command detachments. A super heavy auxiliary detachment. That's 17 command points. And because there's an autarch, with his path of command, Every time he spends one of his 17 command points, rolls a dice, and on a 6 he gets it back again. So that's a lot of command points.
There's not enough turns in the game.
Not enough turns in the game to spend them all, exactly. And we've got some Guardians, we've got some Dire Avengers. Those are your 6 troops, right?
Yeah.
To unlock the battalion thing. 2 Wave Serpents.
Yep.
2 Falcons.
Yep.
2 unit spikes.
Yep.
Okay, so that's stuff I know. And then we've got some Fire Dragons and some Striking Scorpions. So what's all this stuff? What are these 4 guys?
Autarch with wings.
Yep.
And 3 different Farseers.
Okay.
The Farseers have got Guide, Doom, Fate, Guide, and Fortune and Doom.
Right.
And this one's the Warlock.
That one's the Warlock.
And he is a Fate's Messenger, so he has +1 wound and a 6+ feel no pain, essentially.
Nice.
And I've got 7 Warlocks.
7 more Warlocks, okay.
Yeah, the housing are Conceal, Reveal, Enhance, Drain, Jink, Protect, Quicken, Restraint, Empower, Quicken,
Do
Restraint.
they know them all?
They know all but one.
We'll talk about the psychic powers as and when they come up. Basically, you've got a whole lot of psychic shenanigans and command points in your hand to be very Eldari.
And he is the Relic.
He's the Relic.
So he has a Falco's Wings. Basically, he has a movement of 12.
Okay, nice. I like it. Then we've got some of the Wraith Guard there with their nasty D size. They're strength 10 weaponry, right?
Yeah, I've given all on the one-shot strength 10 D6 damage -4, I believe.
So they're going to go Titan hunting.
Yes.
And I think you already told me you're going to spend a command point during deployment and stick them in a webway portal?
No, I'm going to spend 3 command points and put 2 units in a webway portal.
Okay. That'll only leave you with 15 command points, Tom.
I might get 2 of them back on roll 6s. You never know.
Okay. 2 Wraith Lords, 2 Wraith Knights. What have the Wraith Knights got?
Sword, shield, and the double big gun.
And the double big gun. Strength 16 now on the double big gun.
Mm.
Wraith Lords are now toughness 8, which is good. Now, you've also got the Cobra and the other one.
So we've got the Scorpion.
Scorpion.
Which I'm just going to... Well, they have an abnormal save, depending on how much I move.
Right.
So the more I move, the better my save will be.
That's the Eldar hollow fields or something, right?
Yes,
the
that's
faster they... So imagine a blur of colours as they zip across the battlefield, and the quicker they're going, the bigger the blur, essentially.
Exactly. And also,
if they stay still, do they still get the unmemorable save?
No, they're not.
They have to move
They have to move.
Okay. But being Titanic, they can move and fire their heavy weapons. They don't suffer the penalty.
Yep.
Right, this one's the what? Scorpion.
It's got the Scorpion.
Yeah.
And has 2 twin Scorpion Pulsar.
Nice.
It's a relatively weak gun. You know, it's range 60, heavy 4d6 shots.
4d6.
Yeah, only strength 12 though.
Okay.
-4, 3 damage apiece. Yeah.
4d6 shots, 3 damage apiece at -4.
Yeah, and any wound rolls of 6 made for this weapon are resolved at damage characteristics of 2d6.
1 minute. So it does damage 3, but if you get 6s, it suddenly goes up to damage 2d6.
That's what it says.
Nice. So that's the Scorpion. This one is the Cobra.
Cobra, yeah. And that has a D-Imploder.
D-Imploder.
Yeah, it's only D6 shots, this one.
Okay.
Strength 16.
Right.
-5.
Yes.
And 2d6 damage.
Whoa.
And each wound roll of a 6 made for this weapon inflicts D3 mortal wounds to the target in addition to the damage.
Okay, so it could do 1 or 6 shots.
Yes.
But each time it hits, it does 16 up to 16 damage.
Strength 16, -5, 2d6 damage.
Okay, so this one is more of a tank killer, and this one, they're both tank killers, Titan.
Oh, yeah. I would really love to drive that thing up into Gilliman's face and just one-shot him. I would love to do that. Because let's face it, it would.
Yeah, well, these are the equivalent of Bane Blades and Shadow Swords and things like that.
Basically,
that the Eldari have.
Except...
What?
No, I was thinking the old rules. But no, yeah, they're pretty much Bane Blades.
They're pretty much Bane Blades,
Yeah.
Shadow Swords.
Also, because they're hover tanks, you can't charge them and lock them up, and they can pull back and shoot you.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, okay. You also have a Titan.
Yeah, I have...
Is this the Revenant?
Yes, the Revenant Titan.
Revenant Titan.
And it has got the Pulsars.
Yeah.
Which is 16-inch range, 2d6 shots, strength 12, -4, d6 damage. And any wound roll made for 6 for this weapon are resolved at damage characteristics of 2d6.
Okay. And this has got the same Titan Hollowfield rule. It needs to move to get its invulnerable save.
The exact same Titan rules.
What's its toughness and how many wounds?
Oh, well, this thing is toughness 9.
Right.
With 36 wounds. It hits on 2+.
Toughness 9 with 36 wounds. So
32 wounds.
32?
Yeah.
So the Warhound is toughness 9 with 35. This one's got 3 wounds less.
Yeah.
But it's also very, very quick, right? It can jump around all over the place.
Oh yeah, it's moving 32 inches.
Movement 32 inches. Crazy. So you've got 3 big super heavy toys. I've got 2 big super heavy toys. Let's go and have a look at the board and talk about deployment. Oh, okay.
Also, they all hit on 2+ at the beginning. Or their highest place score, yeah.
They all hit on 2+.
Yeah.
And then as they degrade, it goes to 3+, 4+.
Yeah.
All right, so what craft world you taking?
Eandon.
Eandon. And what does it do?
Basically, I can never lose more than 1 wound for morale.
Yep.
And in addition, if a unit with a damage chart has this attribute, double the number of wounds it actually has remaining, whether you are calculating the chart to determine its characteristics.
Okay, so when this gets nerfed and falls down the damage level, you basically double the number of wounds it's got for the purposes of finding out how damaged it is. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, whether it's nerfed or not.
Yeah.
So that's good, particularly as you're bringing the big toys, Wraithors, Lotus Knights, big tanks.
Oh, and they're both toughness 8 with 26 wounds.
Okay.
So
good to know. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 objectives on the table, 2 big nasty armies. Say hello to Tom.
Hello, Thomas.
Hello, Tom.
No, yes.
And we decided if we stuck everything on the table right at the very start, it would be a very short game, right?
Oh, yes.
I made sure I put a large piece of line of sight blocking terrain in the middle of the table, but what we're going to do is stagger the deployment. So everything that's not a super heavy is on the table in turn 1, right?
Exactly.
I think that's what it is. And then the Titans and, well, the Warhound Titan and your super heavy minus your Titan is coming on in turn 2.
Uh-huh.
And then turn 3, it's the Reaver and the Revenant?
Yes.
Revenant? Yeah, okay. So we're staggering the deployment like that because otherwise it's going to be over very quickly. Here we are deployed. All the little units on the table here. Interestingly enough, this is about 2,100 points each deployed on the table because the super heavies are off and because the Striking Scorpions, Fire Dragons and the Wraith Guard are coming out of a webway portal. The Eldar have got an equivalent number of points as the Admech. There are Guardians deployed on the table as screen, and then the Dire Avengers and the Warlocks and the Farseers are inside the transports. So Wave Serpent, Falcon, Falcon, and we've got the Wraith constructs on this side of the battle grid. The 2 Wraith Knights are striding forward in the distance along with the Revenant, and the Scorpion and the Cobra, well, they can fly. They're flying down through the clouds towards this battle grid, and they can see the 2 Imperial Titans in the distance, their war horns blaring. We've got Servitors and the second in command holding down this flank close to this objective, and then a big castle, a big blob of people here, designate 17 in the middle, along with his robots and his Onager. Dune Crawlers. We don't know who's going to go first yet. Tom deployed before me, so we're going to do the chapter approved roll off just as normal. Can't command point this, but we're just going to roll off, and whoever wins this can choose whether to go first or second, because we had a big debate about it and we don't really know what's best. I mean, if I go first, then your Titans can shoot me because I'll be on the table, but if you go first, then I don't know if going first is a good thing. Anyway, let's roll off. I get a 4 and you get a 5. So you get the choice of whether you want to go first or second because there's no rerolls, no command point in it, and I don't know.
Well, I have a choice.
Yes.
Do my Titans come on and shoot the small stuff?
Yes.
Or do I go second and shoot the big Warhound?
So if your Titans come on and shoot the small stuff, then my Titans will come on the battle grid and you'll have your big stuff there and I can blow it away.
Strategically, I should just blow with the small stuff.
Yes.
But I'm not going to do that because that's not as much fun. I will choose to go second and shoot the Warhound.
Really?
Yes.
You're going to go second because you want the Warhound on so you can light it up. Okay?
Exactly.
Okay, so we will go on to Adeptus Mechanicus. Turn 1. Rolling for countercourse. 6 and a 3. With designate 17, I can modify that, so I'll have Shroud Psalm and reroll hit rolls of 1. The Penitent Forge of the Adeptus Mechanicus advances, chanting benediction to the Omnissiah, and an electromagnetic storm, a Shroud Psalm code blurting out of their fox grills and their speaker horns, helping to conceal them from the incoming enemy, Eldari firepower. Let's move on to the shooting phase. The first shots have fired in anger. Some phosphor blasters coming over have tickled that wave serpent. Now I'm firing the plasma calibers. The heavy D3 shots, D6 shots each. Right, this is 11 shots. No point in overcharging because the serpent's shield reduces all damage by 1. So if I did the damage 2 overcharged, it would just drop them down to 1s anyway. So these are hitting on 4s and re-rolling the 1s. And in the end, I managed to get 7 hits. And it's a strength 7 versus toughness 7, I believe. So 4s to wound, only 3 wounds, minus 6 AP. Minus 3 AP.
I was about to say.
Yeah, CD6s.
3 damage.
3 more damage, 4 damage in total. Then the second squad will rinse and repeat. This is the number of shots they get. 10 shots hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. There's A1, that worked. And strength 7, toughness 7 is 2 wounds. Just 2 wounds. 6 up saves.
Oh.
No, it takes 2 more damage. And that's the end of shooting from this flank. About to go over to that flank there, but this wave serpent just dropped down to 7 wounds left. It isn't even smoking because of Craft World Ianden. For the purposes of the damage table, we double that up to 14.
Yeah.
14 on its damage table, but it started off with 13 wounds.
Yeah, so it started with 13 and now it's technically got 14, kind of.
For the purposes of what it can do.
Yeah,
Ianden constructs are tough. Right. Let's go over here. I should mention that I did override their battle protocol, so next turn they'll be firing twice. But this time they're only firing once only, and we're going to pour all of our firepower into one of these. And I'm going to burn one of the stratagems. The stratagem is called Wrath of Mars, so every time I make a wound roll of 6, the target unit suffers a mortal wound in addition to normal wounds taken. And this costs 2 command points. With heavy phosphor blasters, these guys have got 9 shots each, so this is 18 shots. Hitting on 4s because I didn't move them. 1 hit the floor, and I get a reroll because they're within 9 inches of Belisarius' Call. With the rerolls, that was 14 hits, strength 6 versus toughness 8.
Yeah.
I need 5s. So there's 2 more mortal wounds in addition to those. 5 more saves to make. 5 up. It's in addition, so you've got to roll 2 more dice, sir.
Oh.
And you make 2 of them. So in the end, it lost 5 wounds there because of the 2 mortal wounds taken on him. Now I'm going to fire neutron laser number 1 at the injured Wraith Lord and the 2 heavy stubbers into that squad there. The stubbers kill 2 guardians and then D3 shots with the neutron laser. Just 1 shot. Hitting on a 3 and strength 10 versus toughness 8, wounding on a 3. Doesn't wound. Going to do the same thing with this one here. While I've got the dice in my hand, neutron laser has 2 shots. Hitting on 3s. Both hit, strength 10, toughness 8, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds at minus 4 AP.
No save.
No saves at all. It's on this one, sorry, the injured one. And this does a minimum 3 damage. So that's a 3 and it's a lot of damage. That's a dead Wraith Lord, I think. It's only got 5 left, right?
Yeah, it's dead.
Do they blow up?
No.
They don't blow up.
Unfortunately, don't know.
And then we'll put the stubbers into this squad here, which is 3s to hit. Re-rolling because it designates 17. And 3s to wound, strength 4, toughness 3. And that is 3 wounds on your guardian, sir. 1 more guardian dies. Right, first 2 of the neutron lasers are fired. On again, number 3, killing 2 more guardians. Now firing at the falcon, D3 shots. That's 3 shots. This will hit on 3s.
Aww.
They all hit. I should mention that these guys have a rule that they can move and fire their heavy weapons as though stationary. So they have all moved, but they're all firing in and they all hit. Strength 10, so 3s to wound. That many wounds and it's minus 4. Do you get a save, sir?
No.
Okay, so D6 damage, minimum 3. And that'll be 8 damage in total on that falcon there. The last onager, still within range of designate 17, killing 2 more guardians. Firing at that falcon, D3 shots, 2 shots, hitting on 3s with the reroll because we're close to call. Both hit. Strength 10, 3s to wound. 1 wound at minus 4 AP. It's got 4 damage left. 4 left, and this does minimum 3. So I need to roll more than a 4. And that's a 6. It goes boom. Or does it go boom?
Does it go boom?
It doesn't go boom. Is there anyone inside that thing?
There are 3 warlocks inside.
Nice. Do they die? It would be nice if they do.
No.
No. You could command point reroll one of them to try and get a 1.
I don't know why I would.
And then the last thing left to fire was this squad of rangers here. They've got 30-inch range, so they sniped out the last 2 guardians. And then the guns of the Penitent Forge fall silent. That's the end of my shooting phase. Killed a falcon, killed some guardians, killed a wraith lord. I'm quite happy with that. Particularly my shooting is normally terrible. So I have taken away some of the Eldar firepower over this side, doing pretty much nothing at all to this flank. All the action happening over there. But now the Eldar have a chance to swing forward and enact their revenge before the god machines walk onto the battle grid. Let's go on to Eldar, turn 1. And then the Eldar spring forward, guardians at the back there. Inside the falcon is the warlocks.
Yeah.
And then inside the 2 wave serpents are the dire avengers and the fire seers, springing forward as fast as they can. The bikes and the wraith lord coming around this flank to take on the Penitent Forge castle. Let's go into the psychic phase. With most of the psychers inside the transport, the psychic force just stutters out. The only thing that passed, conceal on the wraith lord, so -1 to hit him. Now we're on to the shooting phase. So opening up hostilities, the flamer from the wraith lord is out of range, and the lance is firing down at this one here, hitting on a 4 because it's a heavy gun. You rolled a 3, so you missed.
Yeah.
And then we're across to this wave serpent, firing at what?
He will shoot the twin bright lance against him.
Yes.
And the shuriken cannon against them.
Great. So twin bright lance is a heavy gun, so you need force to hit because you moved.
1 hit.
1 hit. Strength 8, toughness 7.
No wound.
And that bounces. And then 6 shots with the shuriken. 3 shots, sorry, yeah.
Ugh.
It's an assault weapon, so 1 hit,
1
wound. It's AP 0.
Yeah, 1
They
damage.
would have a 4-up save, but it's 3-up with Shroud Psalm. And they make it. So those 2 have fired. Are we going across to this way, Serpent?
Yeah, but I'm going to change targets. Twin bright lance into him.
Okay.
The shuriken cannon into the small guys.
Into that squad there. What are you firing first?
Twin bright lance. Double ones.
Oh, no. You know you have got command points.
I'm saving it for the falcon. I'm saving it for the falcon.
Okay.
Out of 3 small shots.
With the shuriken cannons, 2 hits, strength 6, toughness 3, 2 wounds, 2 3-ups, and 1 of them dies. So far then, only 1 Skitarii dead. Across to the falcon, big gun down at the Onaga Dunecrawler, and the 2 shuriken cannons into the squad of Skitarii here. Light them up, Tom. Light them up.
Hit on 4s.
Oh, the big guns miss. Are you burning your command point?
Well, I have like, what, 50 left?
You got about 58 command points.
Yeah, so I'm going to reroll 1 of them.
And no, they miss. Oh no. And then 6 shots from the shuriken cannons because it's got 2 of them, right?
Yeah, hit on 3s.
Okay. 5 hits. Winning on 2s. Oh no. Just 2 wounds. 6s are minus a lot AP because of the Bladestorm roll, but you haven't rolled any 6s yet. Yours rolling has been diabolical. They will have a 3-up. And 1 will die. We rolled to see if he got his command point back. He didn't. But so far, only 2 Skitarii Vanguard have died. Next, left to fire. These 2 bikes, twin shuriken catapults coming into which squad?
Let's just say this one.
And only 2 of these bikers are in range, but this is 8 shots. It's an assault weapon, so moving and firing, hitting on 3s, and you only get 4 hits. Strength 4, winning on 3s.
I hope everyone gets better for the big guns.
I do hope it gets better for the big guns, otherwise this will be a terrible game. So 3 there at AP 0, so 3 3-ups. 1 dies, and then that Bladestorm is minus 3 AP, I believe. So minus 3 would ignore my cover, would ignore my armor, but I have a 6-up bionics, which I fail. So 2 in this squad die, and I think the only thing left to fire now is the Viper.
Yeah.
Viper's got 2 shuriken cannons going for this squad, a weakened squad. 3s to hit, it's an assault weapon. Strength 6, toughness. A 3 is 2s to wound. So 3 3-up saves. 1 more dies and a 6-up save on that 6 with Bladestorm. Just 1 more dies. And then at the end of that Eldar shooting phase, only 6 Vanguard dying in total, or 5 dying in total. These guys will have a morale test to make. And 3 plus 3 is 6. They pass. And that's it. You killed a bunch of Vanguard. Nothing else. However, you're in prime position for your Psychers to jump out and unleash a wave of psychic energy next turn. And to be honest, are you thinking of charging?
Yeah, it's a 10-inch charge, and I think I can make it.
All right, okay. Let's see if you can. No, you can't. And I'm going to Overwatch you. Yeah. And then I did damage the Wraith Lord in Overwatch as he came charging in, but you had burnt the command point to keep him alive, not getting that command point back, and that is it. That is the end of Eldar turn 1, and the first of the God Machines will stride onto the battlefield. We shall say hello to the Dying of the Light. Here we are after the movement phase. The first of the God Machines has made it onto the table. The Dying of the Light anchoring the left flank. We have rules for the reserves. When they come on, they must be touching the rear of the table edge when they hit the battle grid. Imagine he's come up at flank march as quick as he can, and he's moved the maximum distance to get there. That will apply to the Eldar, that will apply to the Imperium as they come on. And then the services moving around this way, and then the castle moving forward, moving around, ready to engage this Eldari force. Let's sing some canticles. That's a 4 and a 3. That means Shroud Psalm is still rippling across this battle grid, electromagnetic disturbance, and I'm chanting out the Remorseless Fist, which means I will be able to re-roll hit rolls of 1 in the fight phase, if there is indeed a fight phase. I don't think I want to throw myself into the teeth of this Asiani force, but if they assault me and it looks as though they mean to assault me, at least I'll have some benefit there. Now designate 17 will order across the Noosphere. Our guns are loaded. Let's pull the trigger. Let's fire the Warhound. Dual turbo laser destructor coming in at the injured Wave Serpent, and the Titan blast gun, the plasma blast gun, hitting this Falcon here. No need to overcharge the blast gun because it's going to be strength 8. Let's fire that first. 2d6 shots. Ooh, that's a 3. It's only 3 shots. I'm not going to command point it because there's a couple of units here, and the only thing they'll be able to shoot at is that Falcon. So let's not command point it. 3 shots. I hit on 2s because I'm on full health. I only get 1 hit. Clearly the furnace inside that blast gun has not warmed up yet. Just 1 hit. Strength 8, toughness 7. And it doesn't even wound. That was shocking. Heat of 1,000 suns just bouncing off the Falcon there. Okay, dual turbo laser destruction. 2d3 shots with this thing. That's 9 on that injured Wave Serpent. That's better. 9 shots, hitting on 2s. Everything hits. This is strength 16, so I'm wounded on 2s. And any 6s cause d3 mortal wounds in addition. So the Wave Serpent's only got 7 wounds left. It takes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mortal wounds. 3, 6, 7, 8 mortal wounds. It's got 7 left. In addition, it's dead. It's dead before I even roll the other stuff.
It's horribly dead.
It's horribly dead.
Does it blow up?
I hope so. Yes, it does.
I want to command point that.
No, it doesn't. Do you get your command point back, sir?
No.
You still haven't got any of them back yet.
Nah, I'm not expecting to, be honest with you.
Turns out there was 12 people inside that Wave Serpent. Don't roll any 1s, Tom. And 4 1s. 4 1s. 4 of them die, so you can take away those Farseers. Or not. 2 Dire Avengers from each squad.
Yeah.
Okay. Blaring its warhorn, the Dying of the Light gets its first kill, punching a hole straight through that Wave Serpent. Dire Avengers and Farseers piling out of the burning rubble. And so sticking on this side of the battle grid, we've had some Vanguard and the Tech Priest Dominus putting some wounds on the Falcon. And now this unit of Servitors are firing their Phosphor Blasters in at those Dire Avengers and the Plasma Calivers in at this Falcon tank here. They are in rapid fire range of those Dire Avengers there. So I'm hitting on 4s but re-rolling 1s. There are no 1s. 3 hits. I'm wounding on 3. Strength 5, toughness 3. That's 3 wounds. It's -1 and you don't get a save because it's a phosphor weapon. So it's just -1 and no +1 for being in a ruin. 3 saves to make on those Dire Avengers. And
Okay.
two of them dies. What's their normal armor save?
Oh, if it's a 4+ actually.
Yeah, so only one of those Dire Avengers die.
Yeah.
And then I've got D3 shots apiece with the... I'm going to overcharge. This is the first one. This is the second one. This is the third one. Because I'm going to have to do these separately in case they die. So this guy hitting on 4s and re-rolling 1s. He isn't dead. He gets 1 hit. This guy hitting on 4s. Ooh, everything hits. And then the 5 shots. I'm not looking forward to this one. 4s to hit. Everything hits. That's a beautiful thing. So no one dies. This is strength 8 versus toughness 7. So I'm wounding on 3s. And it's -3 to your save. And it does 2 damage each now. So you make 2 saves and you take 6 damage.
Yeah, down to 3.
Down to 3 remaining. That was pretty good. Now we've got the second squad. What I'm going to do here is the first one is going to fire at the Dire Avengers because he can see those Dire Avengers. The other 2 down here can't see them. So they're going to fire at the Falcon. So let's fire him at the Dire Avengers in rapid fire range. This is the Phosphor Blaster. Both hit. And both wound. 2 5-up saves because it's -1 and no ruin save. Ooh. I kill those Dire Avengers, they're gone, which means the plasma caliber shots are wasted, or rather burning a hole in the ground in front of those 2 Farseers. And then the 2 guys at the back firing at the Falcon, I'm going to overcharge. And one gets 5 shots, one gets 3 shots. So the first one only gets 2 hits, and the second one, because they get D6 shots each, rerolling 1s, please don't die. Hit the floor. He doesn't die. Hitting on 4s. Oh no, this is the wounds. What am I talking about? That many wounds. -1, 2 damage each.
Come on.
3 6s. You make 2 6s. It's a 1 wound left. So that Vulcan is steaming and smoking on 1 wound left. And that's all the firepower from this flank. I'll have to get back to you, mate. I'll have to get back to you. Instead, let's go down into the castle and fire some shots. Right, there's going to be a lot of small arms fire going into some bikers and some vipers. Cleared away the bikers and dropped that down to 1 wound left with this squad, this squad, this squad and him. And now he's going to fire his Cognis Stubbers over at the bike and the neutron laser at the Wraith Lord. This is how many shots with the neutron laser. Hitting on 4s and re-rolling because of call. And this is strength 10, and that'll do it because it's a minimum 3 damage, -4 AP, finally getting rid of that Wraith Lord. So both of the Wraith constructs on this flank down, and now 6 shots in there. These are hitting on 3s, they're not concealed. And 4s to wound, strength 4 versus toughness 4. That many wounds on that squad of 3 bikes back there, so taking a wound. He's got down at eyeball it. This guy can see as well, so he will fire his Stubbers at the bikes with a reroll and 4s to wound, and the neutron laser going in at the Viper. So 5 wounds on the bikes, and one of the bikes dies, and let's neutron laser that Viper. Seems a bit like overkill, but 3 shots. Maybe it will be. 3s to hit with the reroll. And strength 10 versus toughness. 5?
Yeah, toughness
2s
5.
to wound. This is overkill. So that's a minimum of 6 damage. How many wounds do they have?
6 wounds.
Oh, yeah, because it's a minimum 3, so that right there is 11. Does it blow up?
Yes, it can blow up.
Lovely. And you already spent a command point. It doesn't blow up. I'm being quite efficient, but that's 3 of the Onagers done. I've got 1 more to do, and I don't like that Vulcan all the way over there. That Wave Serpent is in range of D17, D3 shots with his Solar Atomizer. 2 shots, hitting on 2s, it's an assault weapon, and re-rolling because he's in range of himself. That's 2 hits, it's strength 10, so I need 3s to wound. And that's 2 wounds, and it's -4 AP. You don't get a save, sir.
Nope.
It does D6 damage at half range, but D3 at this range. That is 3, and 3 damage is 6 damage. But Wave Serpent's half that and half that. So that's only 4 wounds on that Wave Serpent. And when I say half it, I mean take 1 off the damage because of the Serpent Shield, which he hasn't dispelled. Right, last Onager. I guess he's going to fire his Stubbers into those Dire Avengers there. And even though that Falcon's on 1 wound left, let's take down some of your mobility. So Stubbers into the Dire Avengers with a reroll because I'm right next to Designate 17. And I need 3s to wound. Strength 4, toughness 3. 3s to wound. 3 wounds. They have a 4-up save, but +1 for being in cover. So 3-up saves. None of the Dire Avengers buy it. They hunker down as shots ricochet overhead. D3 shots with the neutron laser. 3 shots. Hitting on 3s with the reroll.
Ugh.
And this is strength 10. And that Falcon is dead.
It really should blow up.
It really should blow up. It's taken hits from Titans, and it does blow up. This will go D6. The range is D6, right?
Yeah. 5.
5. Let's measure that up. 3 damage on this squad as bits of ricochet come out and just blow this thing up. That's mortal wounds. There's 3 Farseers inside.
3 Warlocks.
3 Warlocks, so roll 3 ones for me, please.
Oh
no, and you've already done a reroll this time. So 2 of the Warlocks die. It really should blow up. It's got hammered by a Titan. It's had a neutron laser tear it inside. Bits of shrapnel come out and kill one of the servitors. And only 1 Warlock is stood there going, hey, where's my ride? And then after the Falcon went pop, it left the Rangers and the Vanguard and everyone here. And the robots firing twice. Everything here firing at that Wave Serpent. And finally, with the last few shots, I've torn it out of the sky. It is dead. It did not blow up. Let's see if the guys inside get injured on 1s. And 2 of them will get injured as they clamber out of the wreckage. And when the smoke clears, this is what it looks like. Dire Avengers piling out of the back there. And it isn't over yet. Now we're on to the assault phase. Now, I don't think I want to assault. Or do I want to assault?
I have watched 5.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think I will assault you. I think there'll be some units going in here. Let's declare a charge with... I really need this bubble wrap. And we'll be going through a crater. They're partially in a crater, so it'll be -2 to charge. They're in a crater, it'll be -2 to charge. And there's this guy around here in a crater, so -2 to charge. So I'm not going to declare any charges. You're going to have some morale tests to make. And looking across the grid, actually, I was pretty efficient with my firepower. No morale test needed to make. And as we look across, there are no transports left. All the Falcons gone. All the Wave Serpents gone. All the Wraith Constructs gone. You've got 2 Dire Avengers in there and some Farseers and a Warlock. There's another Farseer and a Dire Avenger squad here. There's some Bikes and some Guardians. And that's it. I've been incredibly efficient. In return, I've lost a Servitor and about 5 or 6 Vanguard and no more. However, this turn, guaranteed, you've got 2 super heavy tanks, 2 Wraith Knights. There's 3 units in a webway portal that can drop in. We're talking about Fire Dragons, Striking Scorpions, and a big squad of Wraith Guard. There is a lot more toys, a lot more tricks up the Eldar sleeve, and they're going to need to start pulling them out. With the Titan Warhounds blaring over this battlefield with the Imperium in the ascendancy, the Eldar need to push back with all their might. Let's go on to Eldar, turn 2. Trailing down from the clouds with a scream of their jet engines, the Eldar Cobra and the Scorpion arrive with the Wraith Guard, and a webway portal pops open. And the Wraith Guard and the Fire Dragons appear on this flank. They're also flanked by the Autarch here. Now, these guys have an 8-inch range. We're measuring to the base, but these guys have got the D cannon. He bought the D cannon, the one-shot D cannon, on purpose for this job specifically, which is to shoot the Warhound. If he had D scythes, he would be out of range. Yes, he's got the quicken psychic power. If he gets it off, they could run forward and pepper more shots into them if he had the D scythes, but he's brought the D cannon just in case the quicken psychic power does not go off. And the Dying of the Light could be in trouble here because there is a lot of firepower about to rain into him. And in case that firepower just isn't enough to take out a Titan in one hit, then the Cobra is here with its D-Impaler. Now the D-Impaler is only a 36-inch range. I say only a 36-inch range because if that hits, that could kill the Titan in one shot as well. 36-inch range on that. The Scorpion with its twin big nasty Scorpion guns, what's it called?
Twin Scorpion Pulsar.
Twin Scorpion Pulsars have a 60-inch range, so he's put them on that side because it could hit the Titan as well, or fire across down into my castle there. The Wraith Knights are backing up, one with the short sword and the shield, the other one with the twin guns. Now these guns are also 36-inch range, but their strength 16, so a lot of firepower. Is a raid against the Warhound Titan right now, and we have got Psychers that advanced across the line, spreading out across the line. The Guardian Defenders holding back for now because this is an objective game. The Eldar do want to get to these two Tesla coils and shut them down, shut down this experiment that the Adeptus Mechanicus are planning to trying to pull off here. And then in the backfield we have Dire Avengers. We're now in smite range with these Warlocks and Farseers and the bikes, and I made a mistake. There's enough. I pushed forward here to have a place for the Titan to come in if he needed to come in here, or if he needed to come in here. This is why I've left these gaps. These are Titan footprint gaps. But I should have left my Tech Priest engines here further back, because now the Scorpions have jumped in the backfield and they can rain death in behind us. It looks like in between the advance of the Reaver Titan and my push forward, the Eldar have found a gap. And now the Eldar are in range. This could be a very, very brutal turn for the Imperium. What's your plan, Tom?
Well, my original plan was to drop this massive 10 squads
Yes.
back there and just multi-fire everything, just destroy the entire back line.
Was to try and get them in there. But
Yeah.
I didn't. I was clever enough not to leave the big enough room for a big squad. You tried to stick them in there originally.
Yeah, I got half an inch off.
But you can't fit them in. Half an inch off, that's what she said. But
So my tactic is everything in the Warhound and overkill it completely. I'm going to pop the Seer Council stratagem,
okay.
which will give me +1 to my psychic powers.
Oh, okay.
He knows the quickening,
Yep.
which means they are going to move twice.
Yes.
He will
And
cast.
get in melter range.
He will cast guide on whatever he can,
Yeah.
and they will shoot him. They will shoot him. He will shoot him. He will shoot him. He will shoot him, and he will just die magnificently.
I hope he doesn't die
He
magnificently.
will be destroyed.
You've definitely brought enough guns to bear to take out the first Titan. So good luck. Let's move on to the psychic phase. Okay, so in the psychic phase, Seer Council stratagem spent. Didn't get the command point back. Haven't got any of them back yet, but now you need 7 for a quicken. 6 now because of the stratagem. And they make it. And the Fire Dragons move forward. They're in melter range. We're measuring to the base of this bad thing, this big boy here, because it just makes things a lot easier. Now what else you doing?
He's going to cast guides on them.
Okay. And that fails. But you're a Farseer, so you can re-roll that. What do you need?
More on that.
8 is fine. So they're guided. Is that re-roll a hit or re-roll hit rolls of 1? Yeah, that's just re-rolling failed hit rolls on that unit, which is nice.
Yeah, and he was my backup because he allows units to reroll hit rolls of 1.
Okay.
So they'll reroll on everything. They'll reroll ones.
Yes, because they are in 6-inch range of him. So yeah, okay. More psychic shenanigans coming on. What else you got? We got some smiting and some concealing and some revealing over here.
It's just going to be a smite affair.
Smiter. Okay, so let's move on to the smite phase. Where do you want to start?
He will
Can they all do it individually?
Yeah. Oh no, they're not a unit. They're single warlocks.
Are they?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, first one.
First one.
Yeah, and that does D3 damage. One will die. We'll work it out after you've done them all. Okay, and that passes. You need a 5. That's 4 mortal wounds so far. And the last guy, that passes on a 5, and you do D3. So that's 6 mortal wounds, and we'll find out what the closest unit is. I suspect it's this big unit of 10, to be honest. Yeah, it was this squad here. A wave of psychic energy just crumples 6 of them. Now the Farseer trying to doom this unit here. And that passes. You needed a 7, so it's rerolled a wound versus them. And he's smiting as well, because he can do 2 powers.
Yeah, he'll cast smite.
He gets the smite off, D3 damage. That's another 2 in this squad. They've lost 8. And over here, this is the guy that knows Fortune, any Azayani unit. It doesn't say troops, it just says an Azayani unit. And that's an Azayani unit within 24 inch range. You're trying to Fortune up the Scorpion. It will give it a feel no pain. And that passes, you need the 7. So that's got a 5 up ignore damage. And then smite.
Yeah, of course.
Smite.
Smitten.
Ooh. And that's going to be D6 damage.
Nice, nice. And I haven't done my command reroll yet, so let's see. That's the closest one, right?
I don't know. Let's work out what it is after you do the damage.
It's 5.
It's 5. You could have killed the front unit. We'll measure up. Measuring up the range, actually the Rangers were closer, so 5 of them in this squad have their brains melted. This guy's got smite as well over on this side. And that passes, D3 mortal wounds. And that's 8.
I haven't used my command point for the psychic phase.
No, you have not. So command point reroll.
2.
You still got... Okay, did you get command point back?
No.
No. And 2 wounds off one of the servitors here. They have 3 wounds each. And that wave of psychic energy erupting over the battlefield has killed more in the shooting phase than the first turn of shooting for the Azayani. So now we go on to the shooting phase, and this will definitely kill more than the first shooting phase for the Azayani, the Craft World Eldar. Okay, I'll brace myself. What?
This is the kill the Warhound phase.
This is the...
And it will be glorious.
It will not be glorious.
It will be glorious.
I will make every single invulnerable save I'm called upon to make. The Omnissiah walks with me. Fire dragons then, with a fire pike and the fusion guns hitting on 3s.
Rerolling 1s.
There's a couple of 1s. 4 1s.
I'm glad I took him.
Yeah, this Autark allowing you to reroll. Okay.
Strength 8, toughness 9.
Yes, 5s.
1 wound.
1 wound. 1 4-up and vulnerable save. No.
2d6 pick the highest.
Yep.
6.
6 damage. Next up, Tom's choosing to fire the double Wraith Cannon Wraith Knight. 4 shots, 3s to hit. And only 2 hits. Strength 16 versus toughness 9. 2 wounds. 2 4-up and vulnerable saves. And make them both. Alright, what we're going to do now is, this thing needs to go down to 22 wounds, and then its 4-up and vulnerable save drops to a 5-up and vulnerable save. So we're going to roll one of these at a time until it drops down to a 5, and then we'll do all the remaining ones together. And it took 7 of the 10 to drop this down to 22 wounds. It's got 22 wounds. Firing the last 3 together, 3s to hit. With the reroll because of guide. Strength 10, toughness 9, 3s to wound. And you get all of them this time as soon as I turn the camera on.
Yeah, my roll's been terrible so far.
5-up and vulnerable save. I don't make any of them, and each of these does D6 damage. Ouch, that's 11 damage. Now the Cobra is going to fire with its De-Impaler, and I want to point out that you already used your dice.
I wasn't thinking. I was trying to roll 3.
And this is D6 shots, so you could roll a 1, you get 3.
I'll accept that.
It hits on 2s because it's uninjured. 2 hits, and its strength, I'm looking over my shoulder, 16. 2 wounds. It's -5, so I have 2 5-up and vulnerable saves at this point. I make 1, and the damage is 2d6 damage, 11 wounds to get through.
I can do it.
And that's 8. Okay, now the fire dragons, the Wraith Guard, the Cobra, and the Wraith Knight has fired everything at that Warhound Titan. It's got 3 wounds left. You could leave it now, because it's very, very crippled. Or you could fire the Scorpion.
I'm going to monstrously overkill it.
You want to kill it with a Scorpion. How many shots does this gun have?
Let's see, that's 46.
4d6. So this gets 12 shots through in the end, hitting on 2s. And that's a couple of 1s, but it is strength 12, toughness 9, so you're winning on 3s. And that's a bunch of wounds. What's its AP? -4. The Warhound has a 3-up armor save, so that burns straight through the armor, and its void shields, when it's only got 4 wounds left, are gone.
So I just did 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24 wounds against you.
Yes, you did 24 wounds against him. You absolutely destroy the Warhound. Now, does he blow up? Yes.
No.
He does. Warhounds blow up on a 5. That was a 6. And everything within 3d6 suffers d6 mortal wounds as it goes nuclear. So here's the range. And that's a big range. Some of my guys are going to die. So measuring up that damage, the Farseer and the Warlock managed to just be outside of the blast range. But my units here and your units there will suffer d6 mortal wounds, starting off with the Fire Dragons. And that's a 2. 2 of them die. Now we're going to go on to your Autarch. D6 mortal wounds. How many has he got?
More than that.
5 wounds, down to 3 remaining. Then on to the Wraith things.
One.
That's a 6. I think they got 3 wounds
Yeah,
each.
that's 2 dead.
So 2 of them die. Right, now you can start hurting me. So this squad of uninjured servitors.
Yes, let me get my weighted die, please.
3 mortal wounds. They come with 3 wounds each. That's dead. How about the Tech Priest? 1. He takes a mortal wound, and this squad in front, all of them, one of them is already on a wound. 5. So this squad is entirely wiped out. Friend and foe die in atomic fires. They're immolated as the dying of the light disappears. Now we're on to the remainder of the Eldar shooting phase, and to be fair, there's not a lot left to shoot because it took a lot of gun to take down that one Warhound. Over on this side of the battle grid, all we have was Shuriken pistols and Dire Avengers firing in, and there was a squad of 5 here down to 1. This squad of 10 down to 1. Rangers taking more casualties. The Engineer in the background getting lit up by the striking Scorpions. Essentially, my front rank of Rangers and Vanguard are getting peppered by the screaming blades of Eldar weaponry. Right, now to the assault phase. Moving on to the charge phase, the Scorpions fail the charge. Next up, Dire Avengers wanting to charge. Belisar is called. He rolls a 5. That'll be close enough because you only need to get... Solar Atomizer has this many shots, and I hit on 6s, and I get 1 hit, and I wound on a 2 and vaporize 1 on the way in. I end up like that. I don't know if that was sensible. He's quite mean in combat, you know, he's quite a bad boy. Anything else you're doing?
No, I've finished it for the charges.
Okay, so you get to swing first. Are you sure you don't want one of your Farseers or anything over here to come wheeling in?
No, not
He
really.
can be quite tasty in combat as well. No?
Yeah. No, not really.
Okay, Dire Avengers versus Belisar is cool. This is not going to go well for you. Don't you get an extra attack with your Exarch or Autarch?
I don't have an Autarch in that squad.
Don't you? Okay.
No.
3 hits.
I assume 5s?
Your toughness strength 3,
Yeah.
right? I'm toughness 6.
Oh,
So
well,
that's
I've
a
got a
wound. I have a 2-up save, which he makes. Then he will strike back. 5 attacks with the Omniscient Axe, hitting on 2s? Not 2s. 3s? No, it's 2s. Strength 6, toughness 3 is 2s to wound. They all wound, and it's minus 2 AP. So you need 3 6-up saves to keep your Dire Avengers alive.
Nope.
Nope. And 1 is left alive, and then 2d6 attacks with his Mechadendrite Hive. Only 2 attacks, hitting on 2s, 1 hit, strength user, so this is a 3 to wound. That's a wound with a full save on your dude.
Yay.
And he saves. And now we're into the morale phase. Now I have decisions to make because spending command points to keep guys alive, do I want to do that? Yes, I do. I'll spend 2 command points to keep this squad of Rangers alive. Mind you, there's only 4 left. 4 left. Is there any point? No, I won't bother. And the rest of them die.
Nice.
6 plus 6 is a lot. That's 12. The leadership's 7. Yeah, they're dead. This guy's dead. They're dead. There's 1 in that squad there who is the prime. And he holds. And we lost 1 more in that squad. He holds. Over here, 1 in this squad, leadership 7. They hold. Morale on the Dire Avenger, sorry.
Leadership 8, I lost 4 in combat, but I'm going to spend the 2 command points and also pass it.
Okay, so roll 6s to get them back, but you haven't had any back yet.
Still not.
Still not. You've only got 5 command points. You've been burning them like chocolate. I've got 5 left as well because I've only spent a couple.
Yeah, but I only started out with like 17, so you know.
You should have got some back so far. This is unfortunate for you. And that's the end of turn 2 for the Eldar, and they smacked back, and they smacked back hard. Tightened down. This flank just crumpled, absolutely crumpled. And the castle falling away as well. I've got, what? I've got 10 or so, maybe Vanguard and Rangers left. And that's it. All the rest of them gone. And considering that I brought 40 plus to begin with, I've got very little screen left. Start the movement phase with the Adeptus Mechanicus in turn 3. Haven't done Cataclysm of the Omnissiah here. Fear of the Darkness has made it to the battle grid, striding over those striking scorpions. I can tread on them. He has a titanic stride, just like an Imperial Knight, and can crush them. And now I need to destroy some of these Eldar before their Titan comes on. The Fire Dragons and the Wraith Guard find themselves horribly out of position until you think that this is an objective place game, and there is an objective right there that they could potentially take and take with ease. I should be able to take this objective here, so I need to start shifting. So everything is beginning to shift. We're going to random gain lengths. Yeah, so it could end on turn 5, but it could go all the way to turn 7. I dread to think if there'll be anything left on the battle grid by turn 7, but I have mentioned that Titans aren't particularly good at taking out normal infantry. They're very good at taking out big things. Though I've said that now, I've probably cursed myself. Let's go on to the shooting phase. Canticles of the Omnissiah, sorry. That's a 6 and a 2, so no Shroud's Arm this turn. So using Belisarius Cool's special ability, I'm going to modify that to a 1 and 6. So let's reroll morale and reroll 1s in the shooting phase. Now let's go on to the shooting phase. Right, so let's start off hostilities with Fear the Darkness.
Everything against him, come on. All the guns against him. Really, really put the fear into him.
No, let's... So firing the big guns, one at that, the Apocalypse Missile Launcher at these, because I need to try and do something to keep my few small units down here alive. So Apocalypse Missile Launcher, heavy 12 coming in here. And I'm hitting on 2s because he is uninjured. Aww. This is strength 7, minus 2 AP, 2 damage a pop. So I need 2s to wound. And that's 11 wounds, sir. And they've got a 3-up save.
Yeah, so it's 5 up.
Yeah. Dead Fire Dragons.
Yeah,
Dead Fire Dragons. Now Reaver Laser Blaster number 1, firing through the wall in this ruins down at the Cobra. 3d6 shots.
Oh.
3d3 shots, actually. Oh. Tell a lie. 2s to hit, but it's only strength 10. And I get 5 hits. Strength 10, toughness 8. So I need 3s to wound. And that is only that many wounds. What's your invuln, sir?
4.
4 up invuln. You make it. You make it. Command point?
Yes, command point.
Nice. You make it. Didn't get his command point back. The Elder Hollow Trickery, managing to keep it safe from the first blast. Now the second blast coming in at the Scorpion. 3d3 shots.
Oh, that's horrific.
That's the money shot right there. 9 shots, hitting on 2s. Everything hit. But it's 3s to wound. They're only strength 10.
Ooh.
And each 6 does a d3 mortal wounds in addition. So you got feel no pain on that thing with fortune. So this does d3 mortal wounds. So that's 3 mortal wounds you need to save, first of all, because you've got your fortune.
Yeah.
Fortune.
Nice.
And you take 1 wound, and then you've got your Eldar Hollow Fields on them.
Saved 1. No, I saved 3.
Save 3. 2 get 3. So you're taking 1 damage so far. How much wounds has it got?
It has got 26 wounds.
26 wounds. This does 2d6 damage each, and it's doubled because of the macro rule. So the first one does 5, which is doubled. I might command point. And this one. I should have done that beforehand. Let's command point that. And that's how much damage I do doubled. So 7 plus 7 is 14. That's 28 damage.
I get my fortune save.
You do get your fortune save. Saving 2 so far. And
3, 4.
yeah, 4 so far. And then the 8.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Taking 9 out of that 28 damage. Plus the mortal wound is 20. Leaving it with 6 wounds left. So the Fear the Darkness not doing as well as I thought it would do. The Cobra untouched. The Scorpion with 6 wounds left. Yeah, that could have been much, much worse. I guess instead, let's fire some neutron lasers at him. So I'm going to start off with the Cognus Stubbers going into the bikes. Neutron laser at the Scorpion, and I made sure this Onager Dunecrawler is within 9 inches of Belisarius' Call. Typically a 6-inch reroll bubble, but with this Warlord trait it goes up to 9. So let's fire a neutron laser. And it has D3 shots. That's 2 shots, hitting on 3s. Rerolling because it designates 17.
I hate that guy.
His strength 10. And it doesn't wound. Oh, knocked over an Eldar on purpose. Let's do the Stubbers into them. I love this guy. He's very friendly. That many hits. Only 1 wound on the bikes. And you take a wound.
Take a wound.
And I'm going to rinse and repeat with the next one. We're going to keep going and going and going until that Scorpion's dead. So, bikers. 3s to hit with a reroll because it designates 17. 4s to wound. 3 wounds that time on your bikes. How many saves can you make? You only make 1. So 1 bike dies, 1 with 1 wound left. And then D, 3 shots at him. And I've used a command point reroll in my shooting phase. 2 shots, hitting on 3s with the reroll. Strength 10, toughness 9. This will wound on 3s. 2 wounds. You got your invulnerable save. I bet it's nerfed now. Is it nerfed? Like a Titan's Void Shield? Has it gone down at all, or is it still a 4 up?
It's based on movement, not wounds.
Okay, so it's still a 4 up. You fail 1. You've done a reroll as well to help save you.
Feel no pain.
Feel no pain. I've got to do the damage. Yeah. It's D6 damage. It's got 6 wounds left.
Yeah.
This does minimum 3. 5 damage. 5 feel no pains on your Scorpion, sir. Or guides.
I made 3 of them.
Oh no. It's got 4 wounds left. Okay, Onager number 3 at the bikes. This bike must die with my reroll. 3 hits. No wounds. D6 shots at the Scorpion.
Oh.
3 shots at the Scorpion. 3s to hit with a reroll. They all hit. 3s to damage. Only 1. 1 4-up save. Don't you do it.
No.
And you don't make it. This does D6 damage. 4 damage. 4 fortunes. 1. It's got 1 wound left. Okay. He's going to shoot a pistol at that Dire Avenger. He needs to die, actually. That hits. And wounds. Dire Avenger 4-up save.
Made it.
Okay, right, back to the normal stuff. So, last Onager Dunecrawler. Firing down. He's over there. Firing at the bike. 6 shots. With my reroll. All 6 hit the bikes this time. How many wounds can I put on the bike this time? This time I put on 5 wounds on that biker with 1 wound left. And he dies. That biker has died. He has a 4-up save, not a 3-up, right?
I'm pretty sure it's 3-up.
They used to be 3-up in 7th edition. I think it's 4-up now.
We'll check that.
Yep. Back to a 4-up save on bikes. Dead bike. Right. 1 wound left on that Scorpion. Last neutron laser coming in. How many shots?
Again.
3 shots again. Big money. Thank you. 3s to hit. With my reroll. They all hit. Strength 10. Need 3s to wound. Nothing! And all the command reroll spent.
Huzzah.
It bounces. It's got 1 wound left. Are my robots in range? 36-inch range on those guns. So the Castellan robots are in range. It's got 1 wound left. And even on 1 wound, it hits on 4s when it shoots. So it must die. The robots are firing twice because of my battle protocol. This is the first round. And I dropped 1. Hitting on 4s. Wow. And we get the reroll because of call. That was really bad. Here's the reroll. The first volley. 13 hits. I need 5s to wound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 saves, sir, at -2, so you need just your invuns.
I can make all these, no problem.
2 fails.
I can make my...
2 5-ups.
I can make my fortunes, no problem.
Fortunes. No, the Cobra dies. Does he blow up? Because they're quite close.
Right, it blows 1 5.
Does it?
And it blows up.
Will that hit your Guardians? What's the range? It must be 2d6. It's a super heavy.
If this monster reduces to 0 wounds, roll d6 before removing it from the battlefield. On a 5+, it explodes.
Yes.
And each unit within 6 suffers d6
Just
wounds.
6?
Just 6.
Your Guardians are fine, but at least I take the Scorpion down.
Do you know why it's only on a 6?
I don't know why. Why is
because
it?
Eldar craftsmanship. I mean, compared to the Imperium stuff, where it's like, 13 inches,
Right, so the entire castle took out that Scorpion, including the Titan. That was almost as bad as your turn 1 shooting. There's a Dire Avenger there, which I need to kill before I can start shooting out Warlocks and Guardians and things like that. So let's kill him first. He will shoot him.
And he shall miss. Once.
And I get the reroll.
Oh.
And it's strength 3, toughness 3. I get 1 wound on a Guardian, on that Dire Avenger. And that's cocked.
No, he's dead.
Is he?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Now let's fire at your Warlocks. And because Warlocks have a 4-up invulnerable save, and they're all individual units of 1, it took all the rest of my castle to fire down and kill that 1 Warlock, and I still haven't started on the Striking Scorpions yet, but that's because Fear the Darkness is going to tread on them. Now we need to go around here. These squads firing at that Farseer have put him down to 2 wounds. Now these guys, he is the closest model. Okay, Phosphors. 4s to hit, re-rolling 1s. 3 hits. Strength 5, toughness 3, wounds on 3s. 2 wounds, -1. I think he's dead.
Yeah, I think he's dead too.
And then the 2d6 shots in at them. The first one, because I'm overcharging, the second one. Okay, so this guy hits on 4s, re-rolls 1s. Oh no.
Oh.
He's alive, so that's 2 hits. And then 5 shots with the other guy, because if I roll 1s, they will just die as the plasma overheats. So in the end, 5 hits in total. And I'm strength 8, their toughness 5 or 6. I'm wounded on 3s, but it does do 2 damage. So -3. What's their save?
3+.
Okay. And you don't make any. So it'll kill 1.
Put another 1 down to 1 wound.
Yep.
Nice.
And that is the end of my shooting phase. And the only thing left to do now is Fear the Darkness. The Reaver Titan is going to take a step back.
I love it that they are literally in his shadow.
And they're about to be under his foot. Okay, Reaver Titans have 5 attacks, but with Titanic Stride, 3 attacks every time they do this instead of a Power Fist. Yes, you can get big close combat weapons for them instead. So 5 times 3 is 15. I'm only hitting on 4s though. It's difficult to see all the way down there. That's okay. That was 1. How many did I get? I got 8 hits. This is strength 10, -3, 3 damage each. So that many at -3. So 7 wounds at -3, sir. I don't know how many Striking Scorpions you've got in there.
Oh, I have 5 in there.
You've only got 5 in there. So how many 6s can you make?
All of them. None of them.
Squish. And at the end of that combat, if you can call that a combat rather than just a step back, I consolidate 3 inches forward towards the closest enemy unit, and that's it for Imperium turn 3. But as mentioned, it is an objective point game. You have got a Titan coming on. This super heavy killer is still untouched, but its big gun is only 36-inch range. You didn't pay any upgrades. You didn't pay for any of the other guns, right?
No, I didn't.
It's just got the D-Impaler on it. These guys are way out of range. However, I think this objective will definitely be yours. It's just about whether you can take this second objective and how much damage you can sow in amongst my ranks. as the Revenant strides forward. Turn 3 and the Revenant and the Reaver face off against each other. Wraithguard moving forward towards this objective here, and the Cobra swinging round. He's got a shot through the ruins, only 36-inch range, but he is in range and can see that Onager. It's going to go pop. And it looks like Designate 17 is in trouble. There may be a hell of a lot of smite coming in on his way. Tom said he's had enough of him.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of all his rerolls.
Sick and tired of his rerolls. I like his rerolls. And the Wraith Knights are also closing in. If I lose my HQ, then the effectiveness of my firepower will be greatly reduced. Opening up the psychic phase, this Warlock quickened the Wraith Guard, and then over here we've got some smites coming on into Designate 17. So start rolling. Who's doing what where?
I'm going to burn 2 command points.
Yes.
And do Seer cancel again to me +1.
+1, okay.
So first off the Warlock.
Yep.
Got it?
That's a 10.
That's a 10.
That's D3 because it needs to be greater than 10 to do the D6.
3.
That's 3 already off of him. Okay, he's down to 5 left. Next one.
Second Warlock.
That passes. D3.
3.
That's another 3. He's got 2 left. Last Warlock.
Farseer.
Farseer. Okay. Only 2 Warlocks
That's
left.
a 10.
That's an 11. That's D6 mortal wounds.
5.
And with a blast of psychic power, Designate 17 just crumples, screaming. Next Farseer here, what's he doing?
This one here will smite him.
Yep.
And will fortune him.
Okay, fortune.
First of all, smite.
Okay.
Which goes off on a 5.
Yep, D3 mortal wounds.
2.
2 on the Onager.
And fortune.
Yeah, you need a 6 because of that.
No.
That fails because you've got 2 command points left. Do you want to re-roll the 1?
Yes.
Okay. And that passes. Fortuning up that, giving it a feel no pain. 2 wounds off the Onager. And he's still got 1 more psychic power to do because he only smited your second Farseer.
He will guide him.
Guide him.
You will
Okay.
guide.
Yep.
Goes off.
That passes. So fortune and guide. Then we rolled to see if he got any of those command points back, and
Not a 1 so far.
not one so far. You had 17. You spent 16, and you haven't got 1 back yet. 7 Wraithguard firing in at the servitors, hitting on 3s and re-rolling 1s.
Yeah.
Because you're within range of your autarch. Strength 10, toughness 5. You're wounding on 2s. And that's 4 wounds. I have got invulnerable saves, bionics. I need 6s. Make 2, so it does D6 damage each on the first one. Kills 1, and the second one only puts 1 wound on this second one here.
Shocking.
And what I'll do is kill him and put 1 wound on that, making sure that my Warlord is still the closest to most of the enemy firepower. Not my Warlord, the Servitor's closer to the enemy firepower in case it's coming in. Right, now we've got the Cobra. Are you doing the Cobra? There's only
Cobra.
1 target it can shoot at. D6 shots
D6.
at that Onager. You get 5 shots. It's hitting on 2s because it's uninjured.
Yeah.
4 hits, and its strength.
Just a little strength 16.
16, 2s to wound, and toughness 7. 3 wounds. I have 3 5 up and vulnerable saves to make. I make 1. How much damage does this thing do?
2d6 each.
2d6 each. First one is 5. It's got 9 left. Second one, yeah, it's dead. It's dead. You kill it. Boom. Just annihilates it. Does it explode the Onager? No, it does not. But this one here falls. And now more firepower coming through the ruins. This Wraith Knight firing in at the Castellan robots here. 4 shots. You hit on 3s. And only 1 hit.
I'm going to...
You've got 1 command point left, my friend.
I'm going to command point this.
Okay. And it misses. Do you
Do I
get
get
it back?
Still no.
No. Out of command points, strength 16, toughness 7, wounding on a 2. That's a wound. And I have a 5 up invulnerable save on the Castellan robots.
Oh.
And I make it. And you're out of command points. The shields, or rather the Omnissiah, keeping them safe. Then after that, pistol fire from the Warlocks and Farseers. Well, After the Wraith Knight misses, we had some pistol fire come in and take out one of the Vanguard here, and the last thing left to fire, the last thing in range, is this Revenant Titan. What's its target? Are you going to target that Vanguard down there?
Well, I have three different guns. The missile launchers and the two big guns.
Okay. Missile launchers in the shoulders here.
Yeah. I'm going to shoot the missile launchers at the robots.
Okay.
And I'm going to shoot one gun here, one gun there.
You're not going to take on the Reaver?
Of course not. Not a chance.
Okay, I like it. So what's firing first, sir?
The Cloudburst missile launchers.
Sure.
So it's heavy 2d6.
Heavy 2d6, okay.
So it's 8.
8 shots. Where was that going?
Into the robots.
8 shots on the robots, okay.
Yeah.
Hitting on 2s against the Castellan robots.
It's 1 miss.
Okay.
Oh, and I guided it.
Oh yeah, you did guide it.
Everything hit.
Everything hit. Strength 8, toughness 7, 3s to wound. And what's the AP?
-2 and D3 damage each.
-2. So my save is a 3 up. Drop down to a 5 up. And how many have I got to save? 6.
Yeah.
6, a 5 up, invulnerable saves. Right, that reflects back and does a mortal wound on you. And then I fail 3 of them. So one of them takes 3 wounds. This takes a wound, but you fortuned him up, so on a 5 up you ignore it.
No, it's okay.
No. Repulsor grid bouncing back and hurting it. Nice. And they do D3 damage each. That's 6 damage. That is a dead robot. Castellan robot blows up on a 6. It doesn't blow up. And this thing is down to 31 wounds remaining. That's how many wounds the Revenant has left. Right, 2d6 shots on this Onager here.
This gun?
Yep.
10.
That's 10 shots. Hitting on 2s, and he's guided. This might sting a little bit.
It'll sting a lot.
With the reroll. So that's 9 hits. Strength?
It is strength 12.
Is it?
Yeah.
Toughness 7, winning on 3s. That's unfortunate. And you've got no command points. I have 5 up invulnerable saves. And 2 get through. How much damage does these big guns do?
D6.
D6 each?
Yeah.
Okay. 6 damage on the Onager. You don't kill it. It's got 5 left. Interesting. And then we just realised on 6s to wound, it does double the damage. Tom's allowed me to ignore it for this time round. I forgot.
It was my fault.
Yeah, so we'll roll them separately next time if you manage to get this one. 2d6 shots. 7 shots. 2s to hit. With the reroll. Okay, all 7 hit. And strength 12 versus toughness 7, 3s to wound. There's a 6. So that will do double damage if I don't fair. So let's roll these for a 5 up. No. And then this one. No. So that does double damage.
So it's basically this made D6.
Is it? Yeah, that's definitely a dead Onager. So this one's left with 5. That one will blow up on a 6. He does not blow up. And that's the end of the Eldar shooting phase. And all of a sudden it looks very different down here. Two of the Onagers gone, the Castellan robot gone, Designate 17 gone. I've got a few stragglers there. This robot is still locked in place with the double shot protocol. It won't be able to move. And a Tech Priest Engineer worshipping at the feet of the God Engine. And now we're going on to the charge phase. I think these Wraith Guard will probably want to go in.
Yeah.
Are you multi-charging or just doing one of them?
They're not that great in combat, so just him.
Okay. Right, they're in. No damage on Overwatch. They hit on 3s. And they wound on 4s. Because it's strength 5, toughness 5.
Did we roll that for the...
Yep.
2.
2 wounds. 2 4-up saves. I'm making both. I'll punch you back. Like that. And a wound. And one was on 1 wound left and I killed one of those. That was interesting. It stops them firing, but it does lock up my unit, and that's the end of my phase. I don't think I have any morale tests to make, because everything you pretty much shot at, you killed. You killed one in that squad, so they're okay. Killed that squad, yeah. That's the end of turn 3. So, with the big boys on the table, let's descend into turn 4. Here we are after my movement phase. Servitor falling back, Lutch ditch stuff around here. He can heal D3 wounds on him at the end of the movement phase, which he's done. He's also healed himself up. and some Vanguard coming around there to kill those last 2 Dire Avengers out of spite, really. That's about it. And then round here, I've got very little left. I tried to override his battle protocol and failed, so he's still locked there, firing twice. Healed 1 wound on the Onager Dunecrawler, getting it up to 6, which is good, because he hits on 3s when he's on 6 wounds, he hits on 4s when he's on 5 wounds. And Fear the Darkness coming round the side of these ruins. If I cannot shoot you and destroy you with my guns, I will kick you to death under my feet. Let's go on to the shooting phase. Starting up the shooting phase, Fear the Darkness will fire 1 of the big guns at this Titan, 1 of the big guns at that Wraith Knight, and then spray the Apocalypse missile launcher through the gap at that squad of Guardians there. So firing down into this squad here, hitting on 2s, and that's 10 hits at heavy 12. I can move and fire those guns as they're standing still. This is strength 7, their toughness 3. So this will wound on 2s. And at -2 AP, that's just deaths. 8 deaths as missiles rain around them. That'll be effective. No command points left to spend, 2 left, so they will definitely flee in the morale phase.
I use that for 1 because of the Yandin.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah. Right, let's fire 1 big gun at your Titan. Point blank range, 3d3 shots. That's 9 shots. Hitting on 2s. 8 hits, strength 10, toughness 9. Wounding on 3s. This is the tricky part. Or not. Okay, so that many wounds. The 6s cause D3 mortal wounds in addition. So here's the mortal wounds. So you've got 3 mortal wounds to save because you have got your feel no pains. And then you've got that many invulnerable saves to make. What's your invulnerable save on him right now?
5.
Okay.
Nice.
So 3 mortal wounds so far, only 2 get through of the big shots, but this does 2d6 damage each, and it's doubled. That one hit the floor. So the first one does 9 doubled is 18 damage, plus 9 is another 18 damage. That's 36 damage, plus the 3 mortal wounds, 39 damage, 39 feel no pains to make. 39 fortune saves. He's got 31 wounds left. How many 5s and 6s?
When does it ever since I rolled 39 5s before?
We'll find out.
Drop 1 on the table. Floor.
Didn't kill it. It's got 6 wounds left. Now let's kill a Wraith Knight. 3d3 shots. 6 shots. Hitting on 2s. They all hit. Strength 10, toughness 8, wounding on 3s. Ooh, only 3 wounds. And you have 3 5 up and vulnerable. I'm going to spend a command point. I'm going to spend a command point. 4 wounds to save. 4 5 up and vulnerable saves because you've got your shield.
Nice.
You make none of them. And each shot does 2d6 damage and it's doubled because of the macro rule. So first one is 14 damage. Second one is 24 damage. It's dead. Third one, 34 and 54 damage on that Wraith Knight.
Does it blow up?
Yeah, roll a dice. No, it does not. Why couldn't I do 54 on that? Anyway, 1 Wraith Knight down. This thing's severely crippled. Maybe I can kill it with neutron lasers. Right, what I'm going to do is spend 2 command points for Wrath of Mars for this Castellan robot. I'm going to try and take you out with robot fire. He wouldn't have 9 shots, but he's got 18 because he's got that protocol in effect. He's hitting on 4s, no help with this, just a flat. Hitting on 4s and no rerolls. And I'm strength 6 right now. Your toughness 9. That was very healthy. Any 6s to wound cause mortal wounds with Wrath of Mars in addition to normal damage saved. I need 5s to damage you. And I do 2 additional mortal wounds. So you've got 5 saves to make in total and you've taken 2 already. They're -2. So what's your normal armour? Is it a 2 or a 3?
3.
Okay, so it's a 5 up environment or a 5 up armour 5 times. And you fail 2, so you take 3 plus the 2 mortal wounds is 5 damage in total.
5 fortunes.
5 fortunes, he's got 6 wounds left. You fail all of the fortunes, he's on 1 wound left.
Really steamy.
Right, what I'm going to do is, these are characters, so I can't shoot you with this squad. They have to shoot him. So I'm going to shoot you with little guns. And a vanguard will have the victory of taking him out. First with the arc rifle, hitting on a 3. And it's wounding on a 6. No. And then, sorry, that was the radium carbine because it has 3 shots. Now the arc rifle, which has the 2 shots, rapid fire. 3s to hit. They both hit. This is strength 6. That's a wound at -1. So a 4-up save, which you fail. And arc rifles do D3 damage versus vehicles. He's got 1 left.
Yeah, he's got 1 left.
An arc rifle to your feet. Will it fall? 2 wounds. 2 fortune saves, or this vanguard will go down in history. He took out a titan. He takes out a titan. Brilliant. Does it blow up, sir? Does it blow up?
No.
No, it does not. It just crumples as electric emotive force wraps its feet up and down she goes. Brilliant. What do you think of that?
Last time he killed him in 1 shot.
What do you think about your superior Eldar technology now, build quality? I took you out with a gun.
Clearly they hired the Imperium to build that one.
Just that one.
Just that one, you know what I mean?
Now I've got lots of firepower, all the small arms into these smiting horrible people. Then in the remainder of the shooting phase, did quite well over here, killing 2 of the warlocks, I think. 2 of the warlocks taken out. And that's with small arms coming into them and the guns from the Honoured Dune Crawlers. Meanwhile, the big guns from the Honoured Dune Crawlers firing up and through the ruins into this Wraith Knight, dropping it from 24 down to 9 wounds remaining. That was quite frightening. The Vanguard in the ruin in the centre took out those 2 Dire Avengers for smite. And the Tech Priest Dominus has injured one of these Wraith Guard. And now he's going to charge them, so you get a chance to Overwatch.
Well,
And you get a hit in. There's a wound on a 2. And it wounds. I have a 5-up invulnerable save. No, D6 damage. Don't kill him. 4. He's got 1 wound left. 1 wound left. He comes wheeling in. And he will strike. This is his last ditch stuff. I knew he was dead anyway, so might as well take one of them down with me. 3s to hit with his Omniscient Axe. And they all hit. Strength +1. He's strength 5 now. Their toughness
6.
So I need 5s to wound. 1 hit floor. I get 2 wounds in. They're -2. And they do 2 damage each. So I do kill one of them. I do take one of them down with me for spite. And then you get to punch back with these Wraith Guard. 3s to hit. 3 hits. 3s to wound. 2 wounds. 2 2-up saves. Can he live? Yes, he can. The Omnissiah protects. And at the end of turn 4, we don't have any morale tests to take across the board, and most of the big toys are gone now. That crippled on 9 left. This is still untouched, but I don't think that Cobra on his own will be able to take out Fear the Darkness. But honestly, it comes down to who takes these objectives as we go into Eldar, turn 4. Here we are after turn 4, movement phase for the Eldari. Nothing up this side of the battle grid yet. Should have mentioned there was 1 Guardian left in that squad. Well, there were 2 left, but 1 failed morale because of Iandan. Just only 1 fails morale. And while this thing is on 9 wounds left, because of the Iandan trait, it counts as 18 wounds. So it's basically untouched. It has really got 9 wounds, but it can still shoot and move as though it was untroubled. And one more thing I just discovered is Wraithguard can fall out of combat and still shoot. So that's fruity. So these guys are probably dead, and the Vanguard, and there's 2 there's an Autarch and a Warlock still in there. These 2 Farseers down here, one of them is the Warlord, but we're not playing Splay the Warlord in this game, or First Blood or Linebreaker. They are up in the grill, ready to smite, ready to do their damage. The Cobra has taken up position in the middle of the ruin as well. So let's go on to the Psychic phase. In the Psychic phase, one of these guys smitten. We've got 3 wounds taken off of this with smite, And then you fortuned up, what was it?
Fortune at the 10 unit guardians.
You're running forward to claim that objective, and he's guided, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on to the shooting phase. Opening up hostilities, this Cobra firing D6 shots down at the Castellan robot. Roll a 1, roll a 1, roll a 1, roll a 1, roll a 1. You roll a 3.
That's good
3
enough.
shots, hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s.
And wounding on 2s.
Wounding on 2s.
2 wounds. I have an invulnerable save, which I fail, and each does a lot of damage.
2d6 each.
2d6 each. First one does 4, doesn't kill it. Second one definitely does kill it. He blows up on a 6. He does not blow up. You wipe out that robot with ease. After the robot goes down, pistol fire does nothing. Then round here, the Wraith Guard are pouring everything into this group of Vanguard here. 3s to hit, because they're troops. You don't want their object. Ooh, 2s to wound. 3 wounds. 3 6-up bionic saves. 1 is alive. Then after the Wraith Guard failed, pistol fire came in from the HQs, and my Prime, my Alpha, is still alive in the ruin down there. Not for much longer though, there will be a charge. Then after that, the only thing left to fire now is the Wraith Knight.
Yeah.
And he's firing his 2 big guns, 1 at this one, 1 at that one. So, hitting on 3s, 2 shots, 1 hit.
Guided.
Guided, oh yeah. Wounding on 2s because you're strength 16 and I'm toughness 7, that's more than double. They both wound. 2 5-up and vulnerable saves on this thing. I fail. D6 damage each. It's only got 6 wounds left. It takes 3 and you've got no command points left.
No.
Right, the other gun. 3s to hit.
Guided. Just 1 hit.
Just 1 hit.
One wound.
And a wound on this one. It has a 6-up invulnerable save. 5-up invulnerable save, which I fail. D6
5.
damage. 5 damage. This one's also on 3. They're both on 3 wounds each. But you didn't kill them. And that's the end of your shooting phase. I think we've got some charges coming up. Then the Autarch and the Warlock charge in to the one last Vanguard here. And slaughter him utterly in close combat with ease. That's the end of Eldar. Turn 4. We're going on to turn 5 now. The game could end in turn 5. The Imperium have a move. The Eldar have a move. It looks like the Eldar have this objective locked down. It's just a case of whether I can get to this objective around here before this game comes to a close. Here we are after the movement phase, things shoving forward, these guys staying still, just ready to throw their firepower down. It is worth noting, this guy advanced and got the full 6, and he's right next to that objective. So if I take out these squads here, I will claim that objective there. And one more thing I want to point out is the guy with the arc rifle, the Titan Killer. I have marked a T under his base. He will be getting some honours later on. I will be pimping that model. A humble Vanguard has destroyed a Titan. He will live in infamy. I have picked, because you can pick your canticles once a turn. I'm not rolling for this one, I'm just picking. I think it's Benediction of Omniscience. Re-roll hit rolls of 1. And then over here, he will heal D3 wounds on himself. And that will put him back up to 4 wounds. Wraithguard fall out of combat and shoot, and they have, but not charge. So that's why they're locked up there for now. There's no troops around here, right?
No.
So it's going to come down to whether you outnumber me or not.
Yeah.
Interesting. Right, let's pull the trigger. Start off with Fear the Darkness. Firing the Apocalypse missile launcher down into the squad of Guardians. One of the big guns at that. The second big gun at the Cobra. 2s to hit on the Guardians. And that's 9 hits. 2s to kill them. And that's 8 of them fragged. Tom taking from the back there to make sure they're still close to that objective. 3d3 shots at that thing. So that is 7 shots at the big nasty Wraith Knight. 2s to hit. And 3s to wound. No 6s there. It's minus, I don't know. It's -3, so you do get 6-up saves on them. And you make 1, and this does 2d6 damage each, doubled. So that's enough to take it out. It's dead. Does it blow up? I mean, that's the next one. You know,
I
16, 20.
really hope it doesn't explode.
Just one dice. It doesn't explode. And you know what? I just remembered you've got fortune on your little guys there. Let's do the 8 fortunes. 5 up.
Oh,
And 4 of them come back. This is what it looks like. That's a squad of 1 from that squad I annihilated last time. This is the other squad. Right, now let's do the other big gun down into this Cobra. 3d3 shots. 7 shots, hitting on 2s. Only 4 hits. I'm wounding on 3s. Let's re-roll that one. They all wound, -3 AP, so it's just your invulnerable saves to make, 4 up. And you make 2, fail 2. So 2d6 damage a time. Doubled, I will command point that, I've got 2 left. So that's 8, doubled is 16. And the next one?
That's enough. Just
20,
enough.
That's 20, that's 36 damage on the Cobra.
What's 26?
Well, that's doubled as well.
Oh, okay.
To 36. Does it blow up, sir? On a 5.
No.
No, I wanted it to blow up because it could have hurt some of your stuff. But the Cobra has fallen. Fear the darkness speaks one more time. Now I need to clear these troops away holding this objective. So he ran forward, but it's an assault weapon or radium carbine. So I'm going to shoot this one man, hitting on 4s instead of 3s, re-rolling hit rolls of 1 because of benediction of omniscience. Wounding on 3s. That's a wound on him. And he's dead.
Who, him?
Yes, a squad of 1. Now over here. The 3 guys firing in with the radium carbines, or 3 shots with the radium carbines, 4s to wound. 2 wounds on this squad, 2 5-up saves, and 5 up again for fortune. Nope, 1 more dies. And then Titan Killer will fire in, 3s to hit. Of course he hits. 1 wound, -1 AP. He doesn't kill anyone, you duck and cover. Next squad really need to kill these Guardians and secure this objective. 3s to hit, re-rolling 1s. Strength 3, toughness 3. Force to wound. Only 2 wounds. 2 from that squad. 2 more Guardians die. Oh no, feel no pain. 1 more Guardian dies. They're proven resilient. And there's an arc rifle in that squad. 2 hits. 2 wounds at -1, so 2 6-ups. Then 5 up. 3 left. Running out of gun. This Onager on 4 wounds. They were both on 3, but that engine sear healed him up to 4. Now hits on 4s. Now the closest model in line of sight and range is this Farseer, so I'll put a neutron laser into the Farseer. But the 8 Cognis shots, the 6 Cognis shots will come into the Guardians. So let's neutron laser one of these Farseers. D3 shots, 1 shot, hitting on a 4, re-rolling hit rolls of 1. No, so the neutron laser screams over the Farseer's head. 4 shots down here, 4s to hit. Re-rolling 1s, that didn't help. 3 wounds. I need 3s to wound. 1 wound on a Guardian. And a 5 up. 2 left alive. Okay, rinse and repeat with the second one. He's on 3 wounds. If he was on 2, he'd be hitting on 5s, and I can just see. But because he's on 3, he's hitting on 4s. Got to kill these Guardians, and this is the last of the gun that I've got to do it. 4s to hit. No re-rolls there. No re-rolling 1s. Strength 4, toughness 3. 3 wounds. 3 5-up saves. Guardian armor. And 2 feel no pains. Only 1 dies, and that objective is contested. Let's fire a neutron laser into that Farseer for spite. How many shots? 2 shots. 4s to hit. No hits. The Farseers live, and I'm out of gun. Gamma pistol. Hits. Doesn't wound. Oh no. Desperate times for desperate measures. Let's overcharge and fire into this. Phosphor blaster first. Rerolling 1s. And that's 5 to wound. That's a -1 AP wound on a Wraith Guard. Failed. And then D6 shots with the overcharged plasma. 1 shot hitting on a 4. Misses. And then his Volkite Blaster firing at them. He stayed still, so he hits on 2s. He's strength 6, toughness 6, so he wounds on 4s. 1 wound, no AP.
Passed.
Didn't kill any, so he goes charging in one more time. Charge! Tech Priest Dominus takes 2 wounds to Overwatch as he goes wheeling in there, and this time he doesn't manage to damage any of those Wraith Guards, and that is the end of turn 5. You have a morale test to make for that guy there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And so he will die, but unfortunately you've got that thing there. So he will die. 1 left in that squad, right?
Yeah.
He's a troop, so I'm scoring it. You need to kill him. And yeah, he will score it in your turn, and you'll have 3 points. And then over here, you outnumber me on that objective, you'll have 6 points. So all you need to do at the end of turn 5 to win this game is kill 1 more Vanguard.
But that is if the game ends on turn 5.
That's if the game ends on turn 5. If the game doesn't end on turn 5, then Fear the Darkness will speak 1 more time, and there are no more vehicles for him to target. He will just rain. Beautiful, beautiful death. Let's go on to Eldari, turn 5. So this is a very critical moment for the Eldari here. When we look down on my force, I've got a very small footprint here and 2 models over there doing all they can to hide around behind this wall from the fury of Fear the Darkness, the Reaver Titan. If they come around too far this way, then I shift to the left, kill them. If they go around too far the other way, then I shift to the right and kill them. They just need to tuck in. They are scoring that objective. They are winning that objective. There was a Warlock there that advanced all the way across to there, getting the full big money there. And there's a smite, and there's a smite. 2 Warlocks. All he needs to do is smite that last Vanguard, pray that the game ends, and win 6 points to 0. The Eldar will disappear off into the webway, having neutralized these 2 Tesla coils. But if he doesn't do that, then apart from this, these 2 models and these 2 Farseers, that's all the Eldar have left. This has been a brutal game. Right, the Warlock right next to the objective.
Warlord.
Warlord casting smite. Okay. That passes D3 damage, and you kill him. What else have you got?
I'm going to cast Smite from him as well.
Yep. That fails.
We roll it because it's a Farseer.
That passes. And that kills 1 more from this squad.
He will cast Quicken on those guys there.
Quicken?
Yeah.
Sure.
Passes.
That passes. What do you want to do with Quicken? What you thinking?
They can move twice.
So you're trying to really, really tuck in.
Just really, really tuck in.
Don't want to give up this objective, huh?
No.
They can still shoot when they do Quicken, right?
It's just a second movement.
Okay. Cool. And they end up there. And then back over here, you've got 2 more psychic powers you can do with these guys. I don't know what they can do.
Fortune and Guide, so I might as well I'll Fortune him.
Okay. And re-roll because you're a Farseer. Yeah, that's a Fortune.
I'm going to Guide him.
Okay.
Why not? Good, why not?
Guy didn't work. And that's the end of the psychic phase. Now we have a shooting phase. In the shooting phase, pistol fire did nothing to the Vanguard. And now all the way over here, the last thing left to fire is you got 6 Wraith Guard.
3 Wraith Guard.
And you autark.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
3 into him,
Yeah.
2 into him.
Okay, 3 into this guy then. 3's to hit. 2's to wound. 2 wounds. I have bionic save. No, this does D6 damage each. And he is dead. You kill the servitor. And then 2 into him.
Yep. 2 hit.
2 hits. 2 wounds. I have a 6 up, 5 up, refractor field save. No, D6 damage.
You're dead.
5. You clear out this objective with ease. And with that, that's the end of Eldari turn 5, and the game could end, and they control this objective for 3 points and the other Tesla coil for 3 points. It's 6 points to 0. The Eldari are winning this game. Will they get a chance to shut down these Tesla coils on a 1, 2, the game ends, and the player who went first rolls a dice. That's me, and I've got 1 command point left. So on a 1-2 it ends.
1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Ah, no.
We go on to turn 6. Here we are after the Imperial movement phase. Both of these Vanguard units moving up. This one advancing, moving up, and I'm objective securing that objective, stealing it from that Warlock there. And now I just need to throw all this firepower into these 3 models, Farseer, Warlock. To guarantee, oh there's another one a bit further round, yeah. To guarantee that I get this objective. And then Fear the Darkness, the Reaver Titan, takes a couple of steps to the left because it's got a movement of 20 when it's healthy. And I can see those Wraith Guard. If this goes on to turn 7, there could be a tabling coming in here. Anyway. Let's fire big guns down the table. Missile launcher at the closest visible enemy unit, which is that one. Okay, the missile launcher destroyed that closest Farseer with ease. Now firing big guns up at those Wraith Guard. This is how many shots I get. D3 each, 7 shots each. Hitting on 2s. Strength 10, toughness 6. I'm actually winning on 3s. And each of them is -3, so you do get 6 up saves.
No.
Make none of them. 2d6 damage each. First one's dead. Second one's just dead. 3 wounds each. Fourth one's dead. Fifth one's dead. And when I said 5 dead, I meant 4 dead. There's 4 of the Wraith Guard go pop. Which means the other big gun can't see them. So that's it for Fear the Darkness. Now I need to fire everything else at the Farseer and the Warlock. And then firing everything I could. These guys, well, I had to start firing at that Farseer because he was the closest to most of my army, and in Farseers have a 4-up invulnerable save, and it took all of them just to kill that Farseer because he was fortuned up. And then these guys here did a wound on that Warlock. And that's it. I can't charge with them because they're assaulted. They failed to charge. Don't really need to kill the Warlock because I've got 2 units sat on that objective here. I don't know if Wraith Guard are fearless or not because 4 of them just got fragged.
Yeah.
But round here, basically, there's a Wraith Guard and a Autok. And in the middle, we've got 2 Warlocks. And that's it. 4 models remaining.
Leadership
the
9.
Eldar Force. Leadership 9. And you hit the floor. Try that again. 5 plus 4 is 9. Their leadership 9. They hold. Let's go on to Eldari. Turn 6. With 4 models, it's quite very simple. All he needs to do is kill away these 5 guys here. One of the Warlocks coming through the wall, the other Warlock on that side of the wall, and hold on with his 2 remaining models on that side to that Tesla coil there. That's it. Can Tom win the game with 4 models? So, Psychic Phase, smiting away.
Let's go.
Yep. That's a pass. D3, mortal wounds.
Only 1.
Yeah, only doing 1. I'm keeping this guy. That's the Titan Killer. And then the next guy is in there. That passes. D3. And that just does 1 as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
1 mortal wound. I'll take them away. So I'm still on that objective. And that's the end of the Psychic Phase. Shooting Phase. Do they have any guns?
They have pistols.
Okay.
He's going to shoot him.
Yep.
Hit.
Doesn't wound.
He's going to shoot him.
Okay.
Misses.
That's the end of the shooting phase. Assault phase?
Yeah, I'm going to charge him.
Okay.
He's going to charge him.
Titan Killer will rapid fire you. And miss.
He's in. And he's going to charge them.
Can I see anyone? Just the arc rifle can see. And he misses. And he's in. So they're both in. Right, the first Warlock versus Titan Killer. Warlocks have 2 attacks. They hit on 3s. And with Switchblade, it wounds on a 2. 1 wound. Can he live on a 4-up? No. Do I want a command point and keep him alive?
You've spent it. Oh no, you haven't, have you?
I haven't spent a command point during the... I'm going to try and keep him alive, spending my last command point, because he deserves to live. And he lives.
Mm. He's going to swing at them. It's not that.
Okay. So then I strike back. Titan Killer will hit your Warlord. He's on 1 wound left, that Warlock, I remember.
Yeah.
He hits on 4. He misses. And the other two guys, there is a prime and a normal guy. So that's 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. And because of rad saturation, your toughness is currently 2. Because it drops your toughness 3 down to 2. So I'm wounding on 3s. 3 wounds on that warlock.
Took 1 wound.
And they're both on 1 wound each. And that's the end of turn 6. And currently I have 3 points. You have 3 points and 4 models. And the game will end on a 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no.
We go on to turn 7. This is the end of my movement phase. Titan Killer in the last Vanguard, breaking back, still within 3 inches of that objective. The Onagers ready to take out these last 2 Warlocks, and then Fear the Darkness will clear away this objective. The character is the closest to him, so I'm going to declare 1 gun on the character and the other gun at the Wraith Guard. Hitting the character, 3, this is the number of shots I have, which is 6 shots. I'm hitting on 2s, and I'm wounding on 2s, and that 6 is D3 mortal wounds in addition, so that's 1 mortal wound in addition. He's only got 3 left now. You've got this number of saves on your autarch, sir, minus 3 AP.
4 plus and 1 will save. I lose 1.
He's got 3 wounds left, and this does 2d6 damage. He's dead. He gets turned to paste. And now 3d6 shots on the Wraith Guard. That's 5 shots in total on the Wraith Guard, hitting on 2s. And strength 10, toughness 6. I'm wounding on 3s. And they will 2 wounds, minus 3. So 2 6-up saves on that Wraith Guard to win the game.
Huh.
No. And each of these does 2d6 damage. Boom. He's absolutely annihilated. That no one has that objective. Currently I control this objective. Let's fire everything into him because he's the closest. 3s to hit. 3s to hit because I'm healed back up to 6 wounds left now. So that was 4 hits. And 3s to wound. That's 3 wounds. He's dead. And then the last gun into the last model on the table. This is the neutron laser, D3 shots, hitting on 4s, wounding on 2s, 1 wound on the Warlock. He makes it. This is the Cognis, 4 hits, 2 wounds, 2 4-up saves. The Warlock is gone. The Eldari are tabled, and this is the way the world ends. Took all the way to turn 7 to do it, but finally the Penitent Forge, the Adeptus Mechanicus clear the field, and Fear the Darkness blares his war horn triumphantly. The Xenos have been eradicated. It's the first tabling we have seen since 8th edition has started on the channel. And yeah, it was brutal, absolutely brutal game. I tore chunks out of Tom's forces, he tore chunks out of my forces. Maybe he should have picked on Fear the Darkness a bit more, don't know. It's got a 3-up invulnerable save, a toughness 10 at 60 wounds, but as soon as you get it down to 50 wounds, that invulnerable save goes to a 4-up, and then a 5-up. So it has been taken out on the channel before when I had the on-demand channel, put up against a couple of knights, and it did get taken down. It took him a lot of bang to take out the Warhound Titan. Maybe he was misplaced over here by dropping in, but he did say he wanted that objective. The idea was to come and kill 1 Titan and rally and take that objective there. And let's not forget that in turn 5, I was losing that game. And I think in turn 6 it was a draw, I can't remember. Yeah, turn 5 I was losing, turn 6 it was a draw. Turn 7 I won. So if it had ended just a couple of turns sooner, it would have been an Eldari victory, but they were unable to come and shut down these Tesla coils. The defense above this installation has been cleared. The Force Dome shrouding this installation is cleared, and the Adeptus Mechanicus will be able to continue with their experiments. But one last thing I must say, Tom, thank you very, very much for fighting me. You are only the 2nd person ever who's agreed to go up against a Warhound and a Reaver. There's so many people I've spoken to. Do you want to fight Titan? Yeah, I do. Do you want to fight both of them? No. You're the only person with enough courage to fight both, so thank you.
I didn't have enough courage. I had 5 Titans of my own and I still lost.
Yeah. Well, you had the Wraith Knights and the Titan and the thing. You had some big bang. You had some big bang.
But that is what it is. That is unbeatable.
It's been beaten. It's been beaten. It's nice. It's 2,500 points. It's an army of 1. It's supposed to be powerful. Anyway, yeah. Thank you, Tom. You're a legend. A couple other things. Battle Map by Urban Mats with a Z. Thank you very much to... I'll put some links. Thank you very much to all my patrons for supporting me, helping me make battle reports. I appreciate and love you all. And thank you for everyone for watching. All the subscribers, non-subscribers. This was awesome. This was awesome. Got to go and have a cup of tea and a chat now. Thank you for watching. Happy wargaming. Oh, and one more thing. The man of the match. The Vanguard who took down a Titan.